Good morning, afternoon, evening, or nighttime, wherever and whenever you may be watching. Thanks for clicking and joining me today to discuss my most reached for fragrances of 2022. I didn't jot down on a piece of paper every single time I used each individual fragrance, so I can't guarantee that these are the ones I've most used, but it feels like it, you know what I mean? These are the ones that I've got a few different spots around the house where my fragrances live, some in a certain wardrobe, some on a shelf somewhere. And then there's one area that is close to the clothes, and they're the ones that get used most, and they're the ones on this list. Getting right into it. First one I've used a lot, Intense Cedrat Boise. It doesn't look like a lot, but it's a 120ml bottle, and I've only had this one for about 4 months. I had it for my birthday in June. And yeah, I've been using it. And before this, I used the original Cedrat Boise. I love it. It's a very easy go. A lot of people have said this and I agree. It's a perfect introduction to more niche sort of perfumery. It doesn't quite smell like anything I've smelled in the designer sort of realm, like things I'd find in Boots or Superdrug or general shops like that. And it has got me compliments. I've genuinely been stopped by people on the street who don't know me to say, "What are you wearing? That smells great." Cedrat Boise is what some people call a dumb reach. Pleasant, mass appealing fragrance. Another one I've been reaching for, and if Cedrat Boise was kind of like a versatile, everyday, perhaps leaning more towards daytime use, this is the opposite. This I've been reaching for in the evenings, especially now that it's getting cooler. This is Issey Miyake what's it called? Pour Homme, Noir, Amber. The only thing with this is, as to my knowledge, it is now very hard to get a hold of. So, you know, I'm one of those people who I do think you should use your fragrances. You shouldn't just keep them shelved up because, especially if you've sprayed it once, as years go on, it could deteriorate the smell. It smells so great. And I was able to get this 100ml for like £40. So that was fantastic. But really, really great amber / suede. Again, a lot of people seem to like this. I haven't had any sort of bad comments on this one, so it is on the safer side. But again, like Cedrat Boise, it's not your typical designer. This is special, it's deep, it's rich. There's something more niche about this, and I love reaching for it, especially now that it's getting colder. The next fragrance that I've definitely been reaching for a lot is by Maison Rebatchi, and it is the fragrance Cuir Tassili. Genuinely maybe my favorite bottle of my whole fragrance collection. I love it. There's something about it. And then the magnetic cap. Great stuff. This is great. I am constantly surprised that more people aren't talking about this. It's basically fresh / green leather. It definitely leans more on the masculine side of things, but it's so great. I feel like it's the new barbershop. You know what I mean? Like for a lot of younger guys, barbershop fragrances are too sort of harsh and too biting. Whereas this has got the greenness, it's got the freshness, and it's classy AF. Cedrat Boise, in comparison, is perhaps a little bit more playful. There's more citrus notes. There's more things like going on like that. But the leather in this is classy. I would definitely say like office sort of fragrance. But for me, I'm a postie. I don't work in an office. I love the scent so much. I could happily wear this every day of the year. Great. The next two fragrances I'm going to be speaking about, that's right, a cheeky double, is going to be Molecule. Here is Molecule 01, and in this case is Molecule 02. Definitely do your research if you're buying these, because the company, each number has got an Escentric version and then a Molecule version. There's a video a couple of months ago on my channel explaining it better. But out of everything on this list, these are the ones that I reach for the most. Price-wise, they're good value for money, in my opinion. This is, I think, 30ml, and it was £30. This cost about £40 because it came with the official box / case. Bear that in mind as well. If you're buying them, they don't come with lids, just to let you know. So, the smells. This is a slightly woody, almost like papery, mineral. I get a touch of something like spearmint going on, but the crucial thing is different people smell different things and it reacts differently off your skin. It is insane. Some people I've heard sell it straight away because they'll spray it on them and then they can't smell it and they're like, what a waste of money. You need to sit with it for a good few weeks, a good few months. This gets me a lot of compliments, as does this one. This is more sweet. It's more in the realm of something like Cloud by Ariana Grande or Baccarat Rouge 540. It's not as harsh as that, nor as strong as that. It's more ethereal. But it's not like weak. It lasts a long time, but it's just ethereal and it's beautiful and it's so interesting. But these are definitely Molecular 1, Molecular 2, my most used fragrances for 2022 by far. Get your nose on them, get the starter pack, doesn't cost that much. And the key thing is either spray it on yourself and get other people around you to give you their opinions, or spray it on someone else and then you smell it off them and see what you think. My girlfriend, I was wearing this one night, she said, it's hard to explain, but it doesn't smell like a fragrance, it smells like a pheromone. It smells like part of you. And that's interesting, that's good in my opinion. It's natural. And finally, on this list of my most reached for / smelled fragrances of 2022 is Au Coeur du Desert by Tower Fragrances. Now, I think I said at the start my most used fragrances. This probably wouldn't be on the most used list, but it would be on the most smelled list. This is 50ml, and I think it's the most expensive it's the most expensive compared to everything on this list. It's about £140. But I love the smell so much that at least once a week, I'll take it out of its box, take the lid off, just to give it a sniff. I do wear it, definitely, but I'm infinitely aware that it's £140. Cost of living crisis is insane. And yeah, I don't want to have to keep buying bottles and bottles and bottles of it. And I get the same hit from just sniffing the cap. It's a very strong fragrance. I reserve this for sort of more special nights out. I've got a Christmas work due coming up soon. This is what I'll be rocking. You don't want to go crazy on the sprayer because it is a very thick, it's a very rich and very decadent, without being like gourmand, it's very decadent, it's very spicy and, oh, it's lovely. Again, get yourself a sample of this one if you can. Au Coeur du Desert by Tower Fragrances. That's going to be it for this video, guys. My most used / smelled fragrances of 2022. Let me know if you guys own these or smelled these, what you think, and let me know your lists in the comments below. Hopefully catch you on the next video. Peace.